We are reviewing Bride of Chucky, which is the movie that came out in 1998, which is the year I was born, and the movie where, in my opinion, my friend Anthony Jenkins says that the franchise went downhill. So, the plot of Bride of Chucky is that after being cut apart by the police, killer doll Chucky is resurrected by Tiffany, an ex-girlfriend of the serial murderer whose soul is inside the toy. Following an argument, Chucky kills Tiffany and transfers her soul into a bride doll. To find the magical amulet that can restore them both to human form, Chucky and Tiffany arrange to be driven by New Jersey by Jesse and Jade, who are unaware that their cargo is alive. This film holds a special place in my heart. I saw this as a kid and I hated it the first time, but now as I watch it more and more, I love it. I love this movie. And this is directed by Ronnie Yu, which is the same director who gave us Freddy vs. Jason, which is one of my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movies. And this is the first appearance of Jennifer Tilly as the main character Tiffany. This follows the events of Child's Play 3 in continuity, but not tonally or in the continuation of those films' overall plot, where Chucky pursued the character Andy Barclay in the first and second and Tyler and third films. And this also features the new permanent look of Chucky, and the look of Chucky is more frightening. His face is covered in stitches, staples, scars, following his fate in Child's Play 3. And this movie was made 7 years after. The setting is 1 month following the events depicted in the third film. So that should clear up some confusion. Unlike the first film, this movie takes a more humorous turn and often to parody. And this movie doesn't continue the concept. And this also takes child play out of the title. So, I liked, now, Brad Dourif and Jennifer Tilly as Chucky and Tiffany. I like them. They're both great as the voice. The animatronics on both of them is great. I do have some issues with the film, but we'll get into them. Brad Dourif steals the show. Jennifer Tilly steals the show. Alexis Arquette, he or she, whatever, is alright. John Ritter, the late John Ritter, is great as Chief Warren Kincaid. He makes you believe that he's the guy you just want to hate. Then also you have Neil Nose, which I hated Neil Nose character. And you also have Katherine Heigl and Nick Stable as Jesse. So the acting in this movie is superb, but some of it is terrible. The soundtrack is cool too. You have awesome songs. You have Stabbing Westward, Rob Zombie performing the theme song, Living Dead, a Girl. You also have Boogie King, White Zombie, Thunder Kiss, 65, Type O Negative, Monster Magnet, and Kidney Thieves. And you also have Graham Revell composing the score. And the reviews for this film were better than 1991 predecessor. Praise got towards the roles of the antagonist, the dark humor, and the parody, but this movie has disappointed some fans due to the change and no mention of Andy Barclay. There is a mention of him, but it's only a newspaper article. I would like to see Alex Vincent in this movie, but what can you do? Now also, Kathy Najimy is the motel maid, and when you see the motel maid, her as the motel maid screaming, it's hilarious. Some of these movies now are hilarious because it's not taking itself seriously. Most of the script is just written poorly, and some of the kills are just whatever. But I have to talk about the ending. At the end of this movie, we all know what it sets up, because a lot of people hate this movie and a few people like it. But Tiffany gives birth to Glenn and Glenda before dying, and that sets up Sea of Chucky. And I had a problem with that because it was kind of weird. And then also, really, you have the two dolls make out. That's not funny. It's not just if that some of the humor, doll humor, kind of feels like Michael Bay humor, but not the Michael Bay humor that's in TMNT 2014 or Out of the Shadows. Overall, I thought this was a good movie. It's pretty decent, and I'm going to give this movie a middle badly. It's one of my favorite guilty pleasures. And I'm going to turn things over now to Anthony Jenkins.
Bride of Chucky. Just who you think that this franchise couldn't get any worse. Bride of Chucky to me was the beginning of the end for the Child's Play franchise. Now, after watching the first three films, even though I have problems with Child's Play 3, I can still consider those movies good. But Bride of Chucky, after watching this movie again, I do gotta say, I really don't like this movie at all. I think, like I said, I think this is the beginning of the end for the Child's Play franchise. So, Bride of Chucky. So Tiffany, who Chucky's former girlfriend before Chucky was Chucky, was looking for Chucky for 10 years, ever since he first became a doll in the original Child's Play. So she finds the remains from a police who she kills the police and takes his remains from Child's Play 3 at the end of that film where he got all chopped up in the fan. And speaking of that, I'm not a fan of the scarred up Chucky. I know it makes sense that he's scarred up. I know it makes sense that he looks this way, but it takes away the innocence of Chucky in the first three films. Because when you first see Chucky, before he goes into his killing mode, he just looked like a regular good guy doll. But once he springs to life, it's really scary. That's what makes Chucky believable. But now you can't really buy him anything anymore. So he's got all stitches on his face and like a metal plate right here, and scars and everything, and a bloody eye. So Chucky kills Tiffany. So Chucky kills Tiffany. Tiffany also becomes a doll, and this is the part that really threw me off. After Tiffany becomes a doll, this movie got boring. This movie got boring. And then this whole thing where Chucky and Tiffany had to go to New Jersey to get this heart of Damballa from Chucky's grave. If I'm not mistaken, Chucky in the first three films, he didn't need an amulet. As a matter of fact, watching the opening scene of the first film, I never saw anything on his neck. So when this amulet came about, in the first three films he didn't need an amulet. So why he had to hurry to New Jersey just to get the amulet for them to transfer souls to human bodies? That is a huge plot hole. Not only for this film, for the entire franchise. So all the time Chucky had an amulet for them to switch souls. What? And not only that, I also am not a fan of Jennifer Tilly as Tiffany. I'm being honest with you. I don't like the character of Tiffany at all. I thought she was a useless character. The useless character in this film. Chucky's works better solo. Chucky does not need a partner. It's like getting Freddy a partner, or Jason a partner, or Michael Myers a partner. Pinhead, he has his whole group of other people, but that's a different review. But Chucky doesn't need a partner. What does he need a partner for? Also, we have two unlikable leads, Jesse and Jay, played by Nick Staple and Katherine Heigl. And why Katherine Heigl's in this movie, I don't know. Like I said, I don't think just because Don Mancini switched from the tone from the traditional horror slasher genre tone to horror comedy really threw me off in this film. But Bride of Chucky, to me, this whole setup for this film was just which is dumb. Like I said, why did Chucky need this amulet? There are a few things I like in this film. The death scenes, the animatronics, the first 20 minutes. Other than that, this movie sucks. I'm gonna give Bride of Chucky a D. Thank you again, Joshua, for joining me on your channel, and we'll be back for Seed of Chucky. That's gonna be a total rant.
Thanks, Anthony. So, let me know in the comments below what you think of Bride of Chucky. Do you like it? Do you hate it? And always, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe to Anthony, and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you guys for Seed of Chucky. Bye.